suppose some introductions are in order.
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in
Can I help you?
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon.
Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Saller.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school. Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow.
It was dreadful, so...
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting... I'm sure you'll find out.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
We handled it, and I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Do you think they're hiding from us?
I think I heard one.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
Ha! You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Revelio.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this.
Well, you are. Now, in light of your... especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have. After much... Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in... walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can... Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
As far as I can...
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor.
Professor?
Oh?
Yes. Perfectly good, but...
I wouldn't say...
Very well. Might I rely on...
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck. And remember to... And in...
Yes, Professor.
Come, and we'll see if we can...
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. Did I hear you...
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. I'm fairly certain...
Yes, well, Professor, we don't know where this path we've... And she may feel...
Understood, Professor.
Happily, you... Speaking of... Why don't I unfold it and have a look? The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exception. I shall reach out. For now,
Revelio.
Do you happen to have any valerian spring? I really wanted to have it. Only, I can't remember where I put mine.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Everyone thinks I'm up. If I know Hogwarts...
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
Do come and find me if you
Lewis.
stumble on something illuminating.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. This looks like the location from the painting. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
It's hardly worth that.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame. Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Well, I'm glad someone... The moth!
Revelio.
I should have seen that.
Revelio.
Fills our stout hearts with joy to be in the presence of such arrogance.
all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today, we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Good form.
I know. Levioso. Protego. Stupid. Christopher,
I do join my friends. Bring all my students for this event.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Huh. Always.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like didn't expect it. Then again.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Excellent. If you want to, whether it's joining a secret duel, you just have to be...
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Pleasure. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. Till next time.
Revelio.
Seems an odd choice for wandering about outside your dormitory.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well,
if you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around. Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Revelio. 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 Lumos.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here. Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I bowl it. Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
Accio.
Now, think of this. Excellent. Good. Stay focused. Splendid! Very good. Very good. But, Miss... come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir. Here we go.
That is how it's done.
That's it!
What's this? Phew.
happens to the best of us.
Be shy. There we go. Here. You are not making this easy for me, are you?
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Here we go. Phew.
Splendid!
Be shy. There we go. Nicely done.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. Took me weeks to become Took weeks.
That's good to hear.
To put it, I transferred my before.
Well, it's been nice.
And until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise.
A word, if you would.
You know
You
it
wanted
won't
to
work on
speak with me,
humans.
Professor?
I did.
Well, no.
What, you did well.
Thank you.
Miss, expect to hear from...
Revelio.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
You wanted to speak to me.
Samantha Dale. Hope your first day.
I've been fortunate.
My brother. Well,
Revelio. Revelio.
Alright. Oh, I remember that day. Yes. In Greenhouse 3.
Yes. You'd hidden a bucket of code.
I do recall now. And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! And I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
I'm not telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't. It was Basil Flack.
Ooh, fight! It's a bold attack. Was the minister a boot or the minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't Boot and it wasn't Flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor...
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. Revelio.
Oh, not again! Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim. Did you practice your bowl? As long as we're only one time per week, I can find the boy cabin for Stop leaning right in his car. Oh, it confined inside of a jar. But he failed us, did his containment jar. So I took my revenge.
Revelio.
Glad you could make it. Lupin's just over there.
Leviosa. Revelio.
Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know.
I'm flattered to hear that.
Imagine it's...
How does...
You show up, It's our way of and till I...
Of course.
Besides, you... So...
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Confringo!
Find the one!
Don't shy away now.
Is that all you've got? Oh, there goes my wager.
What to do?
Nice work. They're strong.
Brilliant.
Now... hope to see you back here again. Just wait till I've grown a bit, then we'll see how well you do.
I don't know if you know this, but you're still in your pajamas.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
Revelio. Revelio.
I hear Hogwarts field is lovely.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio.
142 staircases, and this is where they put me.
What about the room, Professor?
I trust your first classes went well. Seems Professor Fig. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress.
Professor Ronan didn't.
In fact, now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here.
Thank you, Professor.
You've managed your class.
I'm eager to get...
Very well. Perhaps Sebastian Sal?
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad. He'll keep you...
Rookwood?
Once you've finished, no time to wait.
Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly fixes things right.
It seems...
More frequently than... As Professor Weasley, a number of your professors, I have arranged some...
I'll start on the top. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Brilliant.
Might some kind soul help me?
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am?
Everyone hates...
Because Hogwarts is... I wanted to make my gobstone. Are you familiar with...
Gobstone?
That's what and now... Well, anyway, I don't think
I'll see what
I'd appreciate... I'll be back to play.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
I trust the preliminary...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be...
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Revelio.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the out.
Oh, that's one of Zenobia's gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
Reparo. Revelio. Leviosa. Revelio. As to why that portrait was empty.
I really have made a mess. Oh, hello. You see, I'm fond of... My arms get soaked, but I must have confused...
That sounds rather complicated.
Possibly. But where's the fun? I collect the books. Our meat top. Perhaps you could get...
I suppose I could help.
Oh, I'd very much... If you could collect them...
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, I'm told you're in dire need. Is this your...
It is.
Well, Hogsmeade's a... I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded. Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient. Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead. Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh, any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling. I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Revelio.
Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts. Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes, Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.